Hello and welcome again to the Stafford Boxing Report. I'm Sheila.
I'm Stafford,
Stafford Boxing.
the making of champions.
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank
Yes,
you for
sir.
being here.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for those that are going to be either watching later or listening later.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we move forward with this today podcast show, I want to give a shout out to our first sponsor, Wristband Bros.
Yes.
We greatly appreciate these wristbands. You did them just the way that my wife wanted them. Let me see if you can see that.
Yeah, turn it like this.
Yeah, these are real hot, man. I love these. That's our logo, which is trademark. Then the Stafford Boxing Club here. Yes, sir. And on the inside of it, it has donated by Wristband Bros and hashtag Express What Matters. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. And one thing about the Stafford Boxing apparel, anything that we have on, it glows in the dark. That's our marketing niche from our competitors. So this glows in the dark. The boxing glove glows in the dark. I'm showing you boxing glove, babe. Yeah, that boxing glove, the boxing gloves, this whole thing glows. This whole thing glows. Oh yeah, for real.
Wristband Brothers. What I really love about Wristband Bros, excuse me, I don't know why I keep on saying brothers, excuse me, is they have great, exceptional customer service and they will contact you back as soon as they can. And the fact that you can see how it's going to look before you get your product. So you can see how the fonts are, and if you also have a logo or a picture, you can design it the way that you want on there, and they don't even have a problem. They've also been our very best,
Just supporter, man. I
yes,
mean,
support
that
system too.
Ryan is. My wife has told me about working with you has been amazing. The first time that we reached out to Wristband Bros,
Bros.
they didn't even hesitate. They was like, "How many you need? How many this? How many that?" Etc. They made it happen. My wife wanted color. She wanted this. She wanted that. They was very hospitable, and we greatly appreciate that. And I hope that everyone will use their service. Again, it's Wristband Bros. We appreciate your sponsorship.
You can follow them on what?
Instagram at
Yes.
Wristband Bros and wristbandbros.com on the web. And oh, as you can see, Wristband Bros, we put your watermark at the bottom here on the podcast to show you our appreciation. The kids will definitely enjoy these wristbands when we hand them out to them at our event. And we are looking forward to growing with Wristband Bros in the not too distant future.
And I just wanted to add on something else too, which is very important, is that the way how they have their company structured, it starts at the head, it starts at the top, and then it's just going to trickle down. So we want to say thank you because everybody there has, like my husband said, you all have been our greatest support, and then you support the mission that the Stafford Boxing Club is doing, what we're going to do, and you didn't even hesitate. So if you're having an event, I would say Wristband Bros.
Yeah.
Even if you're having a family reunion, do something different.
Wristband Bros.
Also great for marketing.
Wristband Bros.
Or even if you just want to have something for the kids, a birthday party.
Wristband Bros.
That's facts.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, babe, what do we have going on today?
Man, today I'm excited about this show, and the reason why I'm excited because we get to talk about something. Oh, before I forget,
okay.
Let me piggyback on last week Gold Nugget.
Okay.
All right.
Go for it.
Last week we talked about having a winning attitude. And I want to use this example as having a winner's attitude. And I'm not trying to be controversial. I don't mean to um, throw anyone under the bus. This is just for the kids and those who are watching as a testament of what I mean by having a winner's attitude, a winning attitude. So, shout out to Professor Ryan Gorleski. He's a professor at Georgia State University in the JMAC College of Business. He teaches law for entrepreneurs. And I had the privilege and the opportunity to take his class several years ago. And I'm going to give you the redacted version of this entire situation. So basically, Professor Gorleski allowed me to take his class. I wasn't taking his class for a grade. I was taking his class to see how I measure up against seniors and those who had extensive executive experience in corporate America who came back to Georgia State to get their MBAs. And one of their classes that was required was uh, law for entrepreneurs. But anyway, in this class, he said that we needed to come up with a marketing niche that we can kind of market for the class. So I came up with hashtag I am GSU. Hashtag capital I, capital A, capital M, capital G, capital S, and capital U for Georgia State University. And I really do believe that I am Georgia State University. I am GSU. So anyway, so the very next class, Professor Gorleski said he spoke this over with his wife. His wife said that, you know what, this is a gold mine. So that night when I went to bed, the Holy Spirit woke me up like, hey, you need to trademark that, because oftentimes, you know, college institutions and other individuals and corporations, they take people ideas and make millions and millions and millions of dollars. And the person who invented the initiative doesn't get the proper recognition. So I end up following the process of trademarking it. I, like I say, I don't have a legal background, but I've been gifted with the opportunity to learn and comprehend information. So moving forward, I went through the process, filed it. So I got an email from the trademark, United States Patent and Trademark Office. They said that I had received an opposition from the Board of Regents for the University System of Georgia. They had opposed it. They said that, hey, you know, by me owning this, it will bring about some type of, what's the word he used? In other words, he's saying that it'll be some confusion going on. So I was like, well, how can it be confusion? So, but anyway, moving forward, so their lawyer from the Board of Regents emailed me, say, hey, I give you the filing fee, and if you would just say that you're going to withdraw your application and don't use this, etc., and allow Georgia State University, the Board of Regents, to use this hashtag. I told him no, man. I said no. I said why? I don't even want the money. I want that. So anyway, we went back and forth, and at that particular time, I was dealing with another case, civil case in the federal courts for my company, CP Plasma Center, before the Honorable Steve C. Jones, and I just had too much on my plate. So a lot of the deadlines I was missing with the trademark application, and I just got caught up. But anyway, I was somewhat discouraged. I was hurt. I was like, man, Lord, I mean, how this gonna go about? So then the winning's attitude. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fight this. And I didn't get the opportunity to trademark it, but I own it. So by me owning it, the Board of Regents, nor Georgia State or Georgia Southern or any university with the initial GSU or Georgetown, no, just Georgia State and Georgia Southern, but I am GSU is for Georgia State University. My wife is a product. She alumni. No cappuccino. Yeah, I am. I'm nothing but Georgia State. But anyway, so the winning attitude was, you know what? Even though I didn't get an opportunity to trademark hashtag IamGSU, the fact that I own it and I still can use it puts me in a winning position. So, as I was saying earlier about going back, about having a winner's attitude, when they came to me and they told me, hey man, we want you to give up this here and we'll give you your filing fee and all that other type stuff, I could have been like, man. But as a winner, I said, you know what? I'm gonna fight this on my own. And it was what is that law called? Patent intellectual law or something like that. But it's a different type of law. But at the end of the day, I submerged myself in the law library at Georgia State University, and I did my best, but I came up short. But I didn't lose. I actually won because I own it, and so they can't come to me with any type of legal issues or lawsuits saying, "Hey, you da da da." I own it because I was the first one to file it with the Patent and Trademark Office with the United States. So having a winner's attitude can go a long way. It may be rough in the beginning, but if you stay in the ring, pop, 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 you get what I'm saying? You come out on the winning side.
Facts.
How about you like that, babe?
I like that.
Yeah, for real. So hashtag IMGGSU. Oh, baby, we own that. Yeah, we the owners of that.
Yep.
Yeah, we the owners of that. So the Board of Regents, we will appreciate the opportunity. Excuse me, uh, the Board of Regents of the University of Georgia system, something like that, whatever. But anyway, hey, we would love to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that this right here is a great marketing tool to promote Georgia State University. She alumni. You know what I'm about when it comes to Georgia State. I love Georgia State. You know, my efforts, my contribution will forever be lived through Georgia State University. I made change at Georgia State University. You can ask what's his name? Uh
I don't know. Oh, do you really want to go there?
nah, I'm a chill. I'm a
Okay.
chill. I ain't gonna go there.
It must not be time for you to say it, or
I'm
you're
a
not
chill.
going to say it at all. So
Nah,
don't force it out
nah.
if it's not meant to be.
Nah, I don't want to do nothing that God tell me don't say or do. So I'm not even gonna
Facts.
say anything. So, baby, you know, today is a topic that so many people in our country is dealing with, and it's important that we use this platform to show a different route or different outlet to use to combat the issue that many people in America is dealing with. And the thing that most people are dealing with is mental illness.
Facts.
That is a very serious issue in our community, and it's amazing to me how so many people don't know how to deal with it. You know,
They really don't. They've been broken. A lot of people have broken
but the spirits,
their spirits,
life,
and they've just given up
on life.
on life. Period. Because we see it all the time when we see people. Some of them are homeless, and some of them may be with families, and the families just don't know what to do, or they've been trying to do something and it's just not working. And sometimes families might not see eye to eye. One part of the family might be trying to do something, the other part of the family doesn't want to do anything, not because they don't love them, but because, like you said, sometimes families can love too much,
That it hurts
that
the
is going to
person.
hurt that person.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
in reality is actually going to help that person. And I believe that we're able to speak about this because of someone that we know that's going through that. But at the same time, I think a lot of us have also been depressed. But before we even get into that, with all of that, what boxing can do. besides it just giving you endurance and help you become stronger and have a nice, strong physique. Boxing, joining a boxing gym. Now, joining a boxing gym is really therapeutic because you're out of the house, out of that environment that seems like it's just really closing in on you, and you just don't want to do anything. You just want to sit in there. Some people just want to sit in the dark.
Depression.
And that depression just takes over, or anxiety can take over. So joining a gym and actually exercising, it allows you to focus on what it is that you're actually doing at that time. You have to concentrate because the different types of footwork that you're going to be doing, the type of boxing like the jabs, the uppercuts, the hooks, you want to do your slips and your dips and your blocking. You're really going to have to focus, because if you're not focused and you're not concentrating, either you're going to hurt yourself or you can hurt somebody else.
Correct. And while you boxing, as you were talking about focusing, there are so many things that's going on when you're boxing that you're not going to have any time to like have a mental relapse.
Yeah.
So the boxing will keep you mental sharp, your reflexes, like you was talking about, you know, the uppercut, the straight point, the straight punch, learning how to correctly throw a punch, learning how to correctly throw a jab, learning the importance of footwork. Those type of things help with coordination and reflex.
And balance.
And balance. That you're right. You're right about that. But you know, baby, when we were preparing for this podcast show, I came across where there are like what's some things that you put on your
You talking about when they put those things on your head?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I forgot
but
what
it
it's
reads.
called.
Well, you can also get a brain scan, but
No.
it also reads. I don't know what you call it, but they use it too when you're sleeping to see how your brain is functioning and how busy your brain is, like your thinking process while you're sleeping.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about they have these games now.
Yeah.
That okay, it's like you in the metaverse.
Oh yeah. What, I forgot what you call it.
VC,
VR.
Yeah, I think that's what virtual reality. Yeah, virtual reality. So basically, they have boxing games.
They do.
That you can use.
They do.
So if you're not able to go to a gym, you can and you have the PlayStation 5 or the Google or Facebook or Xbox, any of those type of devices have the virtual reality where you can use to boxing, even though you are going through the motion. That just another avenue to use just in case you can't get to a boxing gym or there's not a boxing gym in your area. So virtual reality has provided a way for you to have that type of boxing experience without being in a boxing gym or being a part of a club. But it's some pros and cons to that. You know, the thing is that actually sparring with somebody and hitting that bag, you know what I mean, or that speed bag, and I think that
takes the tension out.
Yes, man. Stress. Yes. Yeah, and that's I'm glad you said that because hitting that bag released that stress.
I used to hit the mess out of that bag when I used to take boxing, and then the kickboxing.
Oh yeah, you and Shantae used to go to that. What was it in Buckhead?
It was somewhere around there, and also at the gym that I used to work at too.
Samson?
Yeah.
Oh.
I took the boxing. I took boxing with one person, and then I took the kickboxing with somebody else. So
yeah, and like hitting that punching bag, that aggression.
Yeah.
And
to
I
get
think
that anger out.
Yeah, the anger out. And I think that when people, be it male or female, young or old, hit that bag, it releases
You
that
do feel
build up.
better.
Yeah, you feel better because like someone may have, said something to you wrong and you wanted to like put them 52s on and you pop, 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 hit that boxing bag. And so, I really am thankful for the opportunity to use the Stafford Boxing Report to address mental health issues in our community, and I hope that people will take it serious. That this is a for real issue. Like just like the other day, we were at the gas station and we just seen this lady, and she just went she spazzed out, and I just think that she don't have an outlet. She don't have a support. I know for me personally, boxing is definitely an outlet, and I don't know without it, how it would have affected my life. You know what I mean? Because like disciplining myself to go in the gym and hit that bag, do some jump rope, spar with a little, here and there, whatever. But at the end of the day, it allowed me to release and with the burdens of life, everyday life, rent, water bill, food, dealing with people at your job, the business deal didn't go through, waiting on somebody to cut the check. Someone did this, someone did that. You have to have an outlet. And when life don't go your way, it's important, man, that you surround yourself with people that can, support you, pour into you
Not yes
spiritually.
people.
Not yes people, but people that are going to hold you accountable, even though you may be their boss. I think that I will hope that our team that's surrounding us will hold us accountable, because if we fall, y'all fall. You see what I'm saying? And we can only grow as far as our team. So I hope that our team will definitely, if they see us wrong, that, hey man, that ain't right. Woo, woo, woo. And we always have an open door policy where you can just always approach us. Like I never feel like I'm bigger or better than anyone to be approached about something that I did wrong or offended someone. And Sheila feels the same way, because we really try to walk that walk.
Yes, for real. And boxing also helps with what you were saying, the adversities and how to handle obstacles that are just going to come up whenever they come up, just pure life situations. They also activate endorphins, which then activates the neurotransmitters.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, so the
Ooh.
neurotransmitters also allow us to be able to feel, to stretch our heartbeat. It's just it's a signaling molecule that pretty much will receive a signal from somewhere in the body, whether it's, the brain or here. So, yeah.
That's good stuff, Sheila. I'm glad that you are really prepared for this, because there are a lot of people that going to watch this and may doubt
Hmm.
us because we don't necessarily have a background in boxing, but we put in the work. We enjoy the process. That's what motivates us. The process of being champions. Our slogan at the Stafford Boxing is Stafford Boxing, the making of champions. And we believe that we're champions, not only in the boxing ring, but outside in the community. We are champions in our marriage.
Hmm.
We are champions in our health. We are champions in everything that we do. It's very important. And thank you. I want to say hello, and I hope that you're doing well. And we look forward to seeing you back in the boxing ring, Adrian Broner.
Yeah.
He's dealing with some mental health
I have a
issues.
quote that I want to read that
And I think that
Tank Davis
a lot
said.
of people may not agree with Adrian Broner presentation, his deliverance. But man, he's a good guy, and he's one of our leaders in the community, in the boxing community, that had an opportunity to do some great things. And in my heart, I believe that Adrian Broner is a good person. And I don't think that we need to say anything negative about him as he's dealing with his mental health issues. As a matter of fact, what we need to do is rally around him, call him, see how he doing, send him a text, tweet something positive, say something positive on Instagram.
Yeah, Twitter seems to be like
Because
one of the
everyone
biggest things.
grows. Yes, Adrian Broner, some of the things that he did when he was younger may not be something that you agree with, but in life you go through a change.
But what have you all done?
Correct. So he who has not sinned cast the first stone, basically. So Adrian Broner, when me and my wife read this on the internet about your mental health, we were definitely touched by that, bro. No cappuccino.
We
for
get
real.
it. We get
and
it.
we understand that, bro. And we got a lot of respect for you because you said that, man, I want to get myself mentally together before I get into the boxing ring because I respect the sport too much. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't about you, getting in there to get the check. You respect the sport of boxing. And that to me says a lot about you and your character and what you stand for. Like me and my wife, we don't judge you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We know that you elevation, evolving, and we definitely I have I have a mental issue situation
And to share it.
and to share it with the world. Man, I got a lot of respect for you. Real.
Mental illness is mental health, and it's someone's state of mind. That's why when you see someone who's sad and down, who has anxiety, who is extremely angry, um, and let me just hello.
Come back. Hello? There we go.
All right. Sorry, everybody. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back.
It's a the what you call it, the
Wi-Fi?
no, not the Wi-Fi.
Sorry,
Weather.
the weather. Oh, yeah, it looks like it's about to pour down rain. But what I was saying was mental illness is mental health. And that's why when you see somebody sad, down, extremely angry, has anxiety because they have a problem being around other people, and that depression, whew, that depression is really something serious. And I would also include the PTSD in that as well, because it's situations that we've been in or an experience that we've been through. And that's why one of the times on our podcast, I said, look, you have to be very careful with how you treat people. You have to be careful on how you speak to someone. It seems nowadays so many people are angry. They are just ready to go off. I have brought up before, back in the day, we used to fight
Knuckle up,
and
strap up.
just square
Strap
up.
up means tie your shoes. Yeah, let me clarify that.
But now it's like everybody just is carrying a gun and they just want to shoot and they don't think about the consequences because they are that mad. And it's probably also just a buildup. That doesn't make it right because it needs to stop. What else I want to say is that if someone says it doesn't even matter what sport they play, what industry they're in, it doesn't even matter what they're doing, even if they're not doing anything. I was going to read what Tank Davis said, but I'm not going to read it, and I'm just going to say this.
Yeah, because we don't want
Yeah, I want to say this. Everybody is different. Everybody handles their situation differently.
Hold up, baby. Let's make this clear. Adrian Broner ain't running from nobody.
No, he's not running from anybody. I'm not even saying. I'm just talking about
he not
anyone
he
out
not
around
ducking,
the
dodging
world.
nobody.
Anybody
it's really,
around the world.
It's really an issue he dealing with.
Yeah, and everybody who's in the boxing industry, we get that we're not always going to agree. None of us is always going to agree, but at least show some type of respect. Because when you come back with something that's hateful and hurtful, other people will not want to come out and say, look, I have an issue. And I'm not talking about coming out to the world or on social media because not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody's built like that. We're talking about just coming out, dealing with the issue at hand, because depression also leads into suicide. And there's a lot of people that have been doing that, especially young kids, teenagers, the youth, adults. Sometimes people are getting bullied. And then this is what I always tell people. Sometimes people may have an attitude. Sometimes people may not come off as being friendly. So in my mind, I say, you know what? Maybe they're going through something. Be careful about the words that you say because that could be their last straw because they're just tired and they can't take it anymore. And like my husband said, whether it's family, friends, associates, employees, co-workers, if somebody is going through that, talk to them. Sometimes you don't even need to talk, just listen. And then you can offer some advice with them getting some type of help where it'll make them comfortable. So we have to all come together because I see a lot on social media that people are up and honest that they are going through
courageous
a lot of things and they'll admit, yes, I have some mental health issues. You don't laugh because none of us is perfect.
Because one day it could be you, so you got to be careful. The other thing about boxing as it relates to addressing mental illness is that it develops resilience. And what I mean by that is like typically a boxing round is 2 to 3 minutes. For women, it's 2 minutes. For men, it's 3 minutes. So as you in there, pop, 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 you know what I mean? Woo, woo. You dodging, you throwing, you doing a whole bunch of things. There's a high demand on focusing and concentration. And so that resilience in boxing helps you with mental illness as it relates to if you get knocked down, you can get back up. That's the thing I love about boxing. You can get knocked down if you're not careful in that ring, but you can also get back up.
90%.
And that's the resilience that's develop in the sport of boxing. That resilience of taking a jab or hitting a whatever, however it may be. You develop that. If I get knocked down, I'm gonna get back up. So that translates into life. Meaning that if I get hit with a punch or if something don't go wrong or if I'm getting knocked down, I'm going to get back up. So that's one of the things that I do like about boxing that helps with everyday life and building that resilience. Because it just seems to me in our community, particularly with our youth, we don't have that type of resilience like our ancestors did back in the 1960s and 50s and so forth and so forth. I mean, they had a huge sense of resilience because they knew that they had to be resilient in what they were doing because it allowed us to go from coming through the back door through the front door today.
Yeah, I agree with that. We don't have that. I don't know. We just seem like sometimes we just don't have that in us.
That backbone.
It's like we'll fight each other and we'll talk crazy to each other and we'll do something bad to the other person, but we won't come together for the greater good.
No, we won't.
And also in boxing, it's 90% mental and 10% physical too. So just think of that in life. See, boxing, that's why, like you said, that's why I really love boxing and I have a lot of respect for boxing, scrapbook boxing. Peace to my sister Sheila and my brother Stafford. Hello. Absolutely agree, brother Stafford. Different, resilient.
Hey, man. Scrapbook boxing. Excuse me, my brother. I don't know what it is today, but I'm having a moment.
We have it like that sometimes. We're not always going to be perfect. That's why.
But we real. We authentic.
That's why I'm glad that it's live, so you all can see some bloopers.
Yeah.
And just things that might not go right, but like we keep on doing, we're going to keep on going. We're not ever going to give up.
Yeah, like my boys say, don't treat me like Tang when you know I'm straight Tropicana. Yeah.
Sip, sip. Yeah, I'm really digging what we're talking about. And if you know anybody who's going through that, just do what you can. Now, sometimes it might be hard because that person won't admit that they have a problem. And then they may be of age. They're an adult, so it's kind of almost like a brick wall that it's like you're hitting. And unfortunately, sometimes you may just have to fall back because if you're giving your all and it's just not working out, and then you're trying to do what needs to be done. I want to bring this up because it's been on my heart about family.
Oh, mercy.
Family is not like how family used to be when they say Big Mama is gone. And that's my grandmother, Martha Williams, and my Aunt Lizzie. Family is not together. They're working. It's almost like sometimes, and I hear this when I talk to other women, family has now separated because one person may be doing something which is right and it's the right thing to do, but they don't see it that way. And I get it. When you are on your journey, especially when you're really walking with God, I'm talking about with God.
For real, for real.
And you're really dedicated and you want to, and it's not a showboat, other people are just not going to have that type of understanding. I get it. But you can at least respect it. And I think also that family, we need to stop talking down on each other because sometimes you may not know certain situations of what was going on. Because depression also keeps you away from family, from friends, from your work,
and
from your hobbies.
That talking
just
down
amplifies it even more.
Yeah. That's what breaks a lot of people's spirit, the talking down from
Yeah.
family, because we always seek validation from our family.
Yeah.
Our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, brothers, aunts, uncle. And when we don't, and people in the community that we look up to, like the big homie, or you know what I'm saying, auntie or aunt, like they say. But I'm gonna have to keep it 100. I can't speak on any other community but the black community.
Yeah.
And to me, in my humble opinion, I believe we have failed our ancestors. All the sacrifices that they have gone through to give us the opportunity to have a podcast show, you know, to be a beacon of light in our community. We have failed as a community, as a black community. Let me be specific. We have failed. We have failed our ancestors. We need to tighten up.
We're
our kids.
We're failing the youth. We're
Our
failing the
kids
kids.
Are confused because they don't know if this is an adult or a child. So it's kind of like, why am I going to receive something from you when you acting just like me?
Oh, let me tell you what video I saw. I don't know, some of you all may or may not know it, but that song where she says, I'm Free.
I don't know.
I saw, no, I'm bringing this up because it was very heartbreaking. I saw young girls that were like from the second to the fifth grade dancing on the cars saying those exact words.
Yeah, and don't know your school work.
So we really have to be careful of what our kids, or even us, we have to be careful what we watch, what we listen to, even who we are around.
Because that plays into mental health.
And it really does.
It really does,
and
man.
it starts at a very young age. It's not about us. It's not about I ain't got to change. You can't tell me what to do because I'm going to do what I want to do.
But guess
Who are you talking to?
But guess
I
what?
pay all of my bills. That's good.
But guess what?
What?
And I'm going to go back to this. Boxing changed that way of thinking.
It really does because it makes you look at yourself. Boxing makes you look at yourself.
Makes you look at yourself.
And that's what we all have to do. I know that's what I do.
I love the sport of boxing. Like, some people may look at it as a comeback sport, and it is to a certain extent, but it's an art, it's a science. It's so much things that you can learn in boxing that can help with everyday life. And just the discipline. Like, for instance, let me give you an example. If a child or a teenager has access to the gym, it keeps them out the streets. Yeah. It keeps them, it helps develop discipline, right? And mental toughness, right? So when they go out in the real world and they deal with the real life situation, by them coming up through the boxing gym and the boxing club or the Stafford Boxing Club, they are learned uh, behaviors that they will use to empower them to become champions. See, that's what we pushing. We pushing champions. We pushing P for pressure. We pushing P for perfection. That's what we push. We don't push no other type of foolishness around here. We pushing P because we want to be proper. We want to push P because we want to present the Stafford Boxing as a premium image. Yeah, we pushing P for premium. That's what we're about. We're about premium. And we are so grateful for the opportunity to use boxing and to talk about mental health issues. And it's starting very early with the youth.
Yeah.
And teenage, young adults. Listen, I know that there are medication out there.
Yeah.
But however, please be open to go into a boxing gym, put on them gloves, strap up, and hit that boxing bag.
You feel some type of way when you put on those gloves.
I'm talking about it empowers you.
And then your confidence too.
Your confidence and also your self-esteem and also self-defense.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? Because it's a lot going on in the community now. It really it's different. And boys, they be plexing. And they be plexing for no reason, but by them seeing you that you have that type of stance, they're gonna be like, oh, I ain't gonna try shorty though. You get what I'm saying? I ain't gonna try them because it just, and that all comes from the sport of boxing. And we believe in the sport of boxing 100% that it's good all around, mental, physical, spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to get this mind right. Whatever a man thinketh, so is he. And we are focused on the process because let me give you an example. Baby, people always say, I can't wait till I graduate from college, or I can't wait till I get that promotion. But in the process of getting that promotion, in the process of becoming, graduating from college, in the process of becoming a champion, once you get to that point, then what? Then you're not motivated. So the motivation has to come from the process. I'm motivated by what I got to go through.
Yeah.
So that never dies down. That never fades away. So whatever you do, you always motivated because in any and everything, it's a process. Yeah, we pushing P for process. Yeah.
PNP and Scrapbook Boxing said, my true definition of family is love at its realest faith. I agree, brother. Exactly. And the mirror is the realest audience of criticism, the truth. And you're absolutely right, because I look at myself in the mirror all the time. And even when nobody knows that I'm thinking something, or I might have said something, or even if I'm just with my husband, I may say something that's really not nice. I catch myself and I ask God to forgive me. And then I say, you know what, Sheila, you have to do better because you should not have thought that way. And then you should not have even said what you said. That shouldn't have came out your mouth. So.
But I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. When I look in the mirror, man, I like what I see. Lord Jesus, help me. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I like me. I love me. I like the person that I am. I like what boxing has done for me. I like the fact that I'm mentally strong. I like the fact that I'm disciplined. I like the fact that I am full of confidence
in life.
I like the fact that I can use these tools in what I'm doing now, like talking to you through this camera. All this, I like the fact that I go through things. We both go through things. We going through things right now. But our mental toughness that comes through the sport of boxing has given us the tool to deal with this.
And being in the Word of God.
And the Word of Lord Jesus, help me. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me. But the Word of God, oh mercy, is everything to us. I was up early this morning, 4:30 this morning, had to crack it open. The first thing I wanted to say was just thank you. I think a lot of times when we go to God, we always ask Him for things. But man, just say thank you, bro. Thank you for the most precious gift, and that's the gift of life. Man, I'm healthy. I'm married. I got my own brand on. Do you hear me? Is you listening to me? You follow me? You understand where I'm coming from? So for that, I just want to say thank you. So, man, I'm enjoying myself, Sheila.
We have somebody, Jay Pay. He said, "This Josh, good stuff." Hey, Josh, what's going on? Thank you for being here today, and everybody else. If anybody
Josh from LA.
If anybody has any questions, or if you want to just say something that might be on your heart or on your mind, please feel free.
Listen, we love to interact with you.
Leave a comment. That's what we're here for. Not just to hear us talk, but we want to hear from you and know what's going on.
Hey man, shout out to my player partner, Justin Miller. Hey man, I love you, boy, for real. I tell my wife how much respect I got for you, man. And man, you're a good brother. If you need an attorney for civil matters, contact Justin Miller. He's A1. The boy used to work for Morgan and Morgan. He a Morehouse man. And he graduated from I think it was
No, you better get it right, or don't say it at all, because you will hear it.
St. John.
On Saturday.
No, man, my bad, bro. I think it was Syracuse. Anyway, it was one of them big time universities where my boy graduated. He's a family man. He loves his wife. He loves his kids. He's a businessman. Man, I'm proud of you, boy, for real. And I always look forward to seeing you at the gym, though, man. That's my guy, man, for real, Justin Miller.
Okay, scrapbook boxing. Oh, you took it back. 1890, the first black bantam and featherweight champion discovered the art of shadow boxing, the rehearsal for the big stage of life. Always learn something new.
Oh man, hey, scrapbook, hey boy, you be dropping them
Oh,
gems, bruh.
I'm gonna
For
give
real.
him. Scrapbook Boxing should contact us on Instagram. I am Stafford Boxing.
Yeah.
Make sure you do that because
Hey,
I want to
say
ask you a
scrapbook.
question.
Hey, we invite you to come on the show,
That's
man.
exactly what I was
Yeah,
going to
man.
say.
Hey, for real, man. Hey, bro. Hey, you have something that is a jewel that it would be an honor for me and Sheila to have you on the podcast show so that you can share it with the world, man. Because it's cool and we appreciate you, dialing in and giving you a little da da da. But man, we want to have a conversation with you, man, because you have a wealth of knowledge as an individual and in the boxing industry. And we will greatly appreciate you coming on the show and dropping them jewels for the young whippersnappers.
Facts, that's straight 100.
For real.
Oh, so I want to talk about the first Canadian female promoter, Gloria Borden. She became the first promoter in Canada in 71. But in 1970, she opened up, I believe it was the Halifax Amateur Boxing Club. And she also trained amateur boxers, and four of those boxers were actually in the 76 Olympics. Because I wanted to talk about the business side and boxing and kind of just even it out. And hematology, she was the first to do that, which is the study physiology of blood. My husband knows about that a little
Baby,
bit more than I
don't do me
do.
like that. Don't do me like
So
that.
I wanted to give her a shout out. That's big time. We're always talking about women and first.
Hey man, I support
I
women,
like
man.
that.
I really do.
He said it would be my honor. Cool.
Bet we gonna make it happen. What I was gonna say? Oh, man, I respect women when they are doing great things. But it was something I had came across in my biblical studies, and I wanted to share this today on the show. And it says the true measure of a person character is when he or she receives power. Lord have mercy on my soul, man. And man, like when I read that, I was saying to myself, like, that's when you really see a person character when they are enabled with power. When they going through things like before they get to that power moment, they so humble, they nice, but once they actually get into that position of power, man, they change. And don't be surprised, just know that that's truly that person character. So I know that we are approaching midterm elections here in the United States. And so, like, you gonna have a lot of people saying a lot of things to get your vote. And for those that are currently in office, we have to hold them accountable. So you said what you said before you got our vote, before you got into that position of power. But let's hold them accountable based upon their track record. And I think it's important to understand and know your local government. Yes, we talk about, the federal and the big time politics and election, but it's important to know your local government and who's in those particular positions of power. We got to hold people accountable. You can no longer be finessed by people finessing you like, hey man, I'm gonna do this, man. Listen, they will promise you the world to get that vote, to get that seat of power. And once they get that seat of power, and once they show you their character, accept it. That's who they really are. And there are a lot of times you got women and men, when they get in that position of power, they are nasty. Nasty. And one more thing I want to say, like, we got to get away from this entitlement.
Hmm.
You know, people feel like they entitled. Man, you ain't entitled for nothing, to nothing. And like me and Sheila, you know, like the scripture say, be faithful over a little. Be grateful. Man, wristband bros,
I was
man,
just gonna
thank you
pull that
so
up.
much, man. I mean, to someone like you, it may not mean nothing, but to us, it's everything because a small victory will eventually turn into a big victory. See, when you can appreciate these small things, then our heavenly Father will say, well, since you was faithful over this little, well, let me enlarge your territory.
Hmm.
And then in business, it's always word of mouth. So by us showing our gratitude and appreciation for this, man, listen, man, they gave us large, they gave us adult, they gave us youth.
I
I'm
have the
talking about,
youth on. I didn't even know my wrist was that small. That means I
say,
got to work
man,
out on my
hey,
forearms a
man,
little
look at
bit
here,
more.
man. Hey, man, I ain't gonna cap, man. Boy, my wrist heavy, man. You see what it say, Stafford Boxing Club. Yeah.
And the thing about wristband bros is they did not even
Man, they,
hesitate.
matter
I
of
don't
fact,
know how many
they
times.
reached out to me on Instagram. Well, I had reached out to them, and I was like, and they was like, listen, if you ever need anything, because we like your program, your Stafford Boxing Club. Now, mind you, man, I don't want to go there, but I'm gonna go there. It's amazing to me how people that don't look like me support the Stafford Boxing Club, the Stafford Boxing Initiative, but people that look like me, they be hating, man. Say we ain't got to hate, man. Let's work together.
We celebrate everybody's
Man, we
victories,
celebrate
even if we don't even know you. We're just glad and happy for you. Just
for
don't
real,
change it.
man.
I want to talk about this too. Customer service. Oh my gosh. The
Yes,
reason why I want to talk about customer service is because
it's
that's my
important.
gift,
It's
number
important.
one. And that's what I love to do. I like to serve. And even when I may be going through something or someone has made me mad, it makes me feel better when I can be nice to somebody else
When you can
and take
serve,
and not concentrate on what I'm going through, but be concerned about what somebody else may be going through, and then having someone to smile. So let me just tell everybody this. Customer service to me is an art, and that art is lost. Customer service starts when you first, or even if you pass by the land, the property, how the landscaping is looking, how your building is looking. That is a part of customer service. When you walk in through the door, customer service is still going on because whomever is at the door, whomever is behind the desk, whomever is walking around, we can feel your energy. And a lot of times people's energy is nasty. Change it. Be happy. You don't have to fake it to make it. If you need to walk off and go somewhere for a minute and get yourself together, well, get yourself together.
but be professional.
At the Stafford Boxing Club, Gym Enterprises, I'm not tolerating anything less. A smile on your face, even from your presentation to how
Well,
you
you will
are
be neat and
dressed.
clean. You get what I'm saying?
You will have
We
to
will play
have
no
your
games
shirt
with you.
in the
We will
cleaners,
let you go
and your slacks and your shirts have to
ASAP.
have a crease. They have to be pressed. You will wear a belt, and
Baby, you
you
know
will.
what? You know what? You know who got amazing customer service?
Hmm.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah. Now,
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A, they do
is,
have amazing customer
hey,
service.
look, check it out. It's my pleasure. Yeah, it's my pleasure.
And
That's
be
Chick-fil-A.
nice.
Let's
Be
be nice,
nice. You
man.
don't have an attitude just because you're going through something and you or whatever feeling some type of way. Don't take that on the next person because let me tell you something. Without your customers, you will not have a job. Without your customers, you will not get a paycheck. So show some type of appreciation to the people who walk in. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes the customers or the guests may have an attitude, but guess what? You can change all of that by just being nice
And that's where
and
boxing
being
come in.
courteous
That's where
and
the
being
art
thoughtful
that's where the art of boxing come in.
and thankful.
Because the things that you talked about,
Change your way of thinking.
the sport of boxing will help develop those characteristics.
Because we need it.
We need it.
Because it's gone. I don't know where it went. I'm trying to find it. Hello.
Let me see if it's in here.
So I have somebody else to talk about, Christy Martin, who held the WBC female weatherweight. Unfortunately, she did go through something. I know she has a powerful testimony. She had actually got shot and stabbed by her trainer, which was also her husband. I had looked her up some years ago.
Yeah, she was the truth.
I looked her up some years ago. She's also called the coal miner's daughter.
Yeah, she's
And when she was in that ring, she actually fought at Madison Square Garden. Now, I need to look this up because I'm somewhat, I don't know, but they said that when she fought Isra, she was the first one, that was the first female fight there. So she had great stamina. She had great, she dipped, she slipped. Her jabs was on point. I really liked her. She was also a substitute teacher and she helped the veterans find a job too.
Mm.
So big ups to Christy Martin. If she just happens to see this, we would like to have you on the show as well, not to talk about what you went through with your husband, but to talk about what you brought to the sport of boxing
and how
what
you empower
and what it
women
is that
hope.
you're doing now. So that's what we would like to speak to you about on the show.
Yeah. Well,
I think we're gonna
we're gonna call it the day.
And you gave your gold nugget already.
No, I got another one.
Okay.
So the gold nugget today, and it's what you had talked about earlier, confidence.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Confidence. It's important to have confidence. Confidence is everything. It starts with, like Scrapbook said, looking in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, you should have confidence in the person that you are and is becoming. Confidence will carry you from the pit to the mansion. Confidence is something that attracts greatness. When people see that you're confident in your ability, then you will receive support from others. The reason why you see Stafford and Sheila is because of our confidence. For us, our confidence not only come through the small accomplishments and loving each other, but our confidence comes from the Word of God. So whatever it is you need to do to get healthy confidence, there's a difference between arrogance and confidence. Being confident is something that you work towards, and when you obtain it, you appreciate it because of what you had to go through to obtain it. Confidence is something that is a necessity and it's a tool that you must have in your toolbox for life. Confidence will take you a long way, and confidence is a beauty. When people see, like for instance, there may be a woman or a man that may not be in their eyesight physically attractive, but their confidence that they display makes them so attractive that some people are amazed, how did that individual hook up with that individual? It was because of their confidence. Confidence is the golden nugget for today on the Stafford Boxing Report. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And when you watch it, if you can like it, subscribe and leave a comment. You can contact Sheila or me on Instagram at I am Stafford Boxing or I am Stafford. Got anything else you want to say?
Yeah,
baby?
also go to the Stafford Boxing Club YouTube channel as well and like, share, subscribe, leave a comment as well. And we just want to say thank you
Thank you.
to everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you
to
to all
Eric
of
and
our
Graham for the
supporters.
foundation. And we just looking forward to growing the brand. Talking Fight. We're looking forward to growing the Stafford box. Oh, we thank you for the opportunity to grow the Stafford boxing brand. And again, we want to thank Wristband Bros, our first sponsor.
Thank
yeah,
you.
we big dogs now. Yeah, we got a sponsor now. Yeah, you can look at the watermark on there. So anyway, we finna get up out of here. Stay up, stay real. We'll see you next week. God bless.
Stafford Boxing.
The making of champions.
Yeah.